My name's Hamster. Hi, what's your name? My name's Jenny. What are you looking for?
Dude, boys don't play with dolls. Do you understand that?
This was dramatic and evocative. I loved the use of soundscape, the music embodying the uncomfortability that one can have in their own skin, the stress, that discordant quality to the music underlying the surface, and really effective use of all the senses throughout. I loved the theatricality point of this piece, where it put spotlight on individuals who have maybe not received that shining moment, who have had to play second fiddle, who maybe were in the chorus or never even made it on the stage. And now their journey is front and center, and they've earned it inherently. I thought there's some really lovely themes, just the idea of dealing with our own reflection, but also like the battle with our inner talk, our inner child that needs to be healed, that's still permeating our life and our choices, especially at those big moments when the spotlight is on us. Whose narrative are we going to follow? Our own or our past self? And I just thought this was a really beautiful and moving piece.
Right off the bat, I kind of knew as soon as I saw the dolls and a little boy playing with the dolls that he was about to have his world come shattering down when outside forces kind of impose on him that as a boy, he's not supposed to be playing with dolls and that's not right, and that he needs to start acting like how a boy is supposed to act. And I thought that was truly heartbreaking and done very well. And as it continues, you can tell as he grows, it's just a continuous, so many obstacles in his way and everyone telling him what to do, how to think, how to feel. And I knew it was going to be a story of perseverance, and I thought it was really, really great. I really liked the background music. I think it kind of helped to propel the story forward. I think it helped to set the mood. I think it helped to set the vibe very well. I really also liked the extreme close-ups in the cinematography. I thought it was really good to showcase how frazzled he always felt and how out of control he always felt in his life, because everyone was trying to make, decisions for him and tell him how to feel and how to act. So I thought that was really great. And I think it also helped to feel really personal. I feel like it was a love letter to himself. And I think having us experience what it was like from him to start as this little boy who had no control to taking control of his life in the end, I think it was beautiful.
So this was a well-done piece. It was really an interesting mixed sort of media approach. Sometimes it felt like a stage play, other times like a spoken word piece, other times like a film, a normal, straightforward cinematic experience. I thought the piece had a lot of interesting ideas about manhood and masculinity, obviously transitioning between childhood and adulthood and the dynamics between father and son. And I thought the piece had an interesting way of playing it out that relied on visual constructs in a way that allowed it to not have to necessarily rely on a linear narrative, that I thought made the piece interesting and more original to experience. So I thought the piece had a great sense of creative direction and stylistic direction, and the voiceover end up giving a cohesiveness to the approach that I thought ended up being effective, especially in the short runtime.
Interesting close-ups on the faces. I like that a lot. You don't see that a whole lot. So I liked the close-ups and how it was mainly how we saw these people. Nice acting, nice music. But I really loved the message of this. I think part of it was racial, as far as, she says you're a big black, beautiful man, beautiful black man, whatever it was she said. I think maybe that race can really relate to this. But honestly, I think it is relatable to all races. I think the message to me was hearing these negative voices, people putting you down. They're not just the voices, they're the actual people telling you this, and those voices replaying in your head, but getting through that, struggling through it. And then hopefully you have supportive people in your life to negate those negative voices and bring some positivity and support into your life, and then listening to those instead and struggling through the negativity, which is kind of more powerful a lot of times than those supportive voices, because I don't think we hear enough of the support. We hear more of the negative, and struggling through that and actually going forward anyway and being a success, whether that means you actually made it in a sense, you know, or you just succeeded because you struggled through those negativities and you moved forward. And to me, that's success as well.
You know, it's quite beautiful, the cinematography here, as you know, he's playing, you know, this very musical piece, and it's intertwining with memories of his childhood. And it's quite beautiful to see that despite the challenges he had when he was younger, I mean, he still has leaned into his emotional nature to figure out where he belongs in this world. Um, I think the way that these sequences were put together was very seamless, and you really get to understand kind of the inner dilemma that he has as an adult as he gets to face his younger self.
Was a very deep and introspective look and conversation on the aspects of self-doubt and how a lot of the things that make us come from our experiences from the past, just being able to see different moments in life or in this situation, different aspects of failure, um, help to contribute to that little voice that hinders you from ever trying anything new, uh, that criticizes you for being different. Uh, and I love the message of embracing who you are and being proud of who you are, despite any failures you might have experienced in the past. Um, I think that was a very powerful message, uh, to not be defined by your failures.
I think for me, this really highlighted the importance of kind of how much young people absorb and how much it really sticks to them, and how much we maybe not even realize, but tone and words and things that we might not think of, take a second to think twice about because we're adults, so we can, tell the difference between someone having a bad day or whatever else. But when you're a little kid, like, that really does stick to you, and it can take years and years and years to help combat some of those things. I feel like all of our, kind of inner kids, they're still in us in some kind of way, and I feel like they have way more influence than we like to give them. I just think that this was such a beautiful way of kind of going through and showing that in a really interesting and unique way. That's kind of what I took away from it, with, you know, everything that they were kind of showing, and all of the kind of, not back and forth, but like the little moments with the full grown adult version and then the little kid version. And I think that, like I said, I think it's really something special, and really goes to highlight and show how much kids really do see, absorb, and how that can really, really stick to you.